What is going on, everybody? I am your host, Slackers, bringing you, Shantae discussion. So, I recently just got back from vacation, 4th of July and all that stuff, so hanging out with family. And I get back and I get word that there's this Shantae hint for Smash Ultimate. And I'm like, alright, what is this? I want to know what's going on, right? So, why is the Smash community going nuts? You know how we are. Somebody breathes and somehow it's a confirmation for some character for whatever it might be. So I guess there was some sort of convention that just went on, if I'm not mistaken, and Way Forward Games, the studio behind the Shantae games, ended up showing off this trailer for the upcoming, I think the opening intro, is that what it was called? Yeah, I think it's like the opening intro for the new Shantae 5 game. And right here, this picture, right here, smack dab in the middle of the screen, there's her window, and what does it look like, right? Yeah, I get it. It looks like the Smash Brawl symbol, Smash logo. That's what it looks like. So, of course, we're all going to jump to conclusion, hey, that's a hint. That is a hint, right? I got a few points, so I'm sorry. I think, first and foremost, I've said this for the past year. My opinion and my stance on Shantae is flipped. I used to not... I didn't understand the character. I didn't like her, but over the past year, a lot of people have changed my opinion, and I do actually like the character very much. I think she would bring a lot of unique sort of, just something different to the roster, and if she ended up ever getting added, personally, I would welcome that. I'd be okay with that. So, but a few points that are pretty much, that I think that are against this, that pretty much kind of says, yo, chillax a little bit here. This is nothing. So, first of all, it says here down in the description, right? Presenting the opening animation for Shantae 5, created by none other than the revered studio Trigger. So, Trigger, it's like a secondhand studio that ended up making this intro. Now, I'm sure Way Forward had, something that they're like, all right, maybe we want, they're going to have say in the final thing, obviously, but, a secondhand studio ultimately created this intro. So this secondhand studio is not going to have knowledge of Shantae, again, if she were to be, playable in Smash, coming up in the Fighter Pass, whether she's Fighter Pass character 4 or 5, or maybe even beyond that if we get a second Fighter Pass, and that's another big if. So a secondhand studio made this opening intro. They're not going to have knowledge. They're not going to put their own hint in here. Right there, you just got to look at who made the video. Again, I just said this a couple times, but the studios, this Trigger studio, they're not going to know anything about if Shantae's playable in Smash. We all know she's a spirit. We all know that. But the studio, I'm sorry, I don't see this as a hint by any means. Plus, if Shantae were to be in Smash Bros. As a playable character, they can't really hint at something like this, because if she was in as playable status, you can't. You're going to sign an NDA. The studio, Way Forward Game, they're going to sign They're going to sign an NDA. They can't hint at something like this, in this capacity. So NDA kind of says, no, this ain't going to happen. The secondhand studio that made this, not going to happen. But I believe, for me, the biggest point kind of against this whole Shantae thing, so for the past, I think, 2 games for Shantae now, she's kind of had the same sort of, room and the same sort of setup and all that stuff. Not now, phone. But, so she's had the same setup. Everything's pretty much looked the same. Isn't this the lighthouse? I'm not mistaken. So I was able to find a very, very convincing photo, very convincing picture that pretty much says this is nothing. This picture right here on screen, it's nothing. It's not a hint. It's nothing for Shantae and Smash Bros. So this picture's from 2014, Shantae, a half genie hero. The lighthouse. March 3rd, 2014, Shantae, half genie hero. So, what is this? Here's the lighthouse. Just scrolling through it. Oh, what's that? Look at the window, right here. Check out the window. Let's zoom in on that. Does that window look familiar by any chance? The design, it's the Smash logo. This is from 2014. I know that Way Forward has been trying to, get Shantae into Smash Bros. Dating all the way back to Smash Wii U and 3DS. Once that fighter ballot was a thing and we got to vote for who we wanted to be in Smash ultimately. or Smash Wii U 3DS for the DLC. Sorry, not Ultimate, but so they've been behind everything. They even came up with all sorts of different color swaps, color schemes, different alternate skins, all that sort of stuff. They were doing a ton of work on social media, just trying to get the fan base for Shantae, trying to get everybody behind her to come out and say, hey, let's get Shantae in a Smash. Ultimately, she got in, but it wasn't what her fan base wanted, because, again, she is just a spirit. So, I mean, yeah, going back, this window, it's been the same design for the last couple of games at least now. So, this has never been a hint. I mean, come on, let's take it like that. Were they hinting at Shantae being in Smash Ultimate way back in 2014? No. Come on. It's the same design. Look at that. I mean, sure, that one's different colored. What is that green? I'm colorblind. Was that green, whatever that is, that design, and then here's a brighter version of it. It's the same thing, same design. Yes, it does look like a Smash logo inverted the way we're looking at it, but if you're looking at it from the outside of the lighthouse, it is a normal-looking Smash symbol, Smash logo, Smash ball, whatever you want to call it. It is the same thing, but it has nothing to do with Smash. I'm sorry. Some people might be reaching on this, and that's what's great about Smash. Sometimes we can reach on something. You never know when something might end up being, actually something. Maybe this does turn out to be something for Shantae and Smash. I highly doubt it, because, again, Secondhand Studio made this opening thing. They're not going to have any knowledge. They're not going to have any, they're not going to have any knowledge of Shantae being playable in Smash. Therefore, they can't hint about it. Plus, if she was, NDA, you can't do that. All right, you can't do that. If you're going to sign that, this couldn't happen, first of all. And then plus this window right here. I'm just saying, I don't think there's anything here. I think, again, it's a Smash community just kind of reaching. Again, I get it. We want information. We want to know stuff. Supposedly, the Dragon Quest, the Hero, is supposed to be coming out relatively soon. I think there's a maintenance break recently. Again, I wasn't around when it happened. If it did, or if it's about to happen, I don't know. But I don't think, again, I don't think this is anything. If you have any arguments, please let me know down in the comments. How does this actually... And don't just be like, yep, this confirms Shantae. Please tell me why. I read all the comments. I just don't like the comments that are like, yep, this is going to happen. There's no logic. You don't say why. So if you have any legit arguments for or against it, please let me know down in the comments. All right, maybe we can have a nice civil conversation about this after all. So yeah, again, the window, it's been like, the design has been there for, I'm kind of repeating a bunch of stuff, but yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, Shantae Half Genie here. It's been the design 2014. This is where this photo was from. So past few games, same design, simple. Again, there's not really much to it. Again, Shantae 5, I think, is scheduled to be coming out this year, if I'm not mistaken, and it is on the Switch, so you could still kind of bring up the argument, all right, maybe this is the beginning of that hint, because we still have 2 more to go. Of course, Hero is going to be released in the summer sometime, so either like July, maybe August, hopefully July. Hopefully we get it sooner rather than later, and then, of course, Banjo will be coming out in the fall or the autumn, so maybe around like October or something like that. We'll see Banjo, hopefully. And then that leaves maybe... we still got 2 left, so what do we got? Like somebody maybe around December, around the holidays potentially, and then somebody at the very end for, February 2020, because that's when this whole thing was scheduled to be complete, the first Fighter Pass at least. But if you want to reach and say, now this is hinting at something farther to come down the line, because again, Nintendo already picked the DLC way back late last year. They already knew who they wanted. I don't know. Plus, you got the whole argument, is Shantae actually, since she's a spirit, is that an actual rule? Did Nintendo actually say this is a rule? You're a spirit, you're deconfirmed? I still have yet to see that anywhere, so I'm not saying just because you're a spirit, you're disconfirmed. That's not really... I don't go by that, but it's kind of solid in a way. I don't know. It's very strange. And then plus the comments that Reggie made back at the Video Game Awards in December last year. They're going to be like characters that are like new to the series, but what did that mean? Like, of course, any DLC characters are going to be new to the series. Like, they've never been playable before. we already have everybody that came back for Ultimate, right? Everybody's here, so of course we're going to have new playable characters. So that was a bit iffy on how Reggie worded that, but there's a lot here to take in, but at the same time, there's nothing. I get it. Smash speculation is awesome. I love that part. Something, like I said, somebody breathes somewhere and somehow that confirms somebody for the roster. I like seeing these different sort of like we'll call them theories that people come up with. So what is this? The Shantae window theory? Is that what this is called now? I think I've seen that name floated around somewhere. But yeah, I don't think this is anything. This is nothing. So yeah, I don't need to. I got nothing else really besides the 3 points. Again, quick recap. I already said them a bunch, but her window design's been the same for the past couple of games. Just pretty much that's kind of like a nail in the coffin for this being a hint by any means. Second, the secondhand studio making this, they would have no knowledge of that, so there's no way they could hint at it. And then third, if it were a hint, you got the NDA that you would have to sign. You can't talk about it. You can't hint at it. So there you go. I just think it's not going to happen. It's not a thing. Not going to happen. So sadly, this is not a hint, in my opinion. Let me know if you think otherwise, though, and give some reason, maybe why. But that is it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please be nice in the comments. Please be nice. But that's it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, and hopefully we catch you guys on the next one. Peace out, everybody.